That's always the most effective model. In fact, is a story that stuck in my mind. Not a story, an actual thing. A fellow that I ran into at Lockheed when I first became a manager. His name was Len Curtis, and he was the head of the institutional business side, which is accounting and corporate finance and income statements and payables and receivables and all that stuff, and overhead rates, that kind of stuff. And I needed to know some things in that. And I was running into issues and stuff. And he was a low key guy, really highly regarded, knew his shit better than anybody. And you'd go in and seek his advice. He would never tell you what to do. He always did what I just said. He suggested these things, walked you through. When you said, well, I really, I think if I do it like this, is, I'm trying to focus on this. He'll say, yeah, that's one way. But what I found is that you're going to probably have this problem doing that, but you might want to think about doing this. Anyway, bottom line is he walks you through certain things so when you leave his office, you go away thinking, wow, I solved this problem. In reality, he solved the problem. He taught you by having you teach yourself. And that stayed with me for a long time because I always felt, hey, man, hey, I got it. I figured this out. In the end, the actuality was I didn't figure out shit. He actually told me what to do, but not in a offensive way. He made me go through and connect the dots so that I arrived at the conclusion that he was hoping I'd arrive at all
along. And that's like a skill, right?
That's a skill. That is a skill. And I want to approach any potential company the same way, because we're going to be talking to companies that are either in the startup mode. So they're young engineering types that have an idea and have some money and have a solution to a problem they've identified. But how to turn that into revenue with profit is not an easy task. And so to be able to guide them through that in that fashion is a good thing. Or it's a company, small to mid-sized company, that has gone through that growing pains and have moved the ball from concept into a product, and now they are in a production of that product to sell it, and they're doing it, but they're not making the money that they thought they were going to make. And the reason is because their architecture of how they do business is not a sound model. And helping them understand where those flaws are and how to maybe change a few things would be helpful.